Alrighty, so we are going to do IXL Z.8 M7Q. So let's go to the first example. All right, find the product. Simplify your answer. Well, the first thing you have to know is what the word product means. Product means to multiply. So it means it wants you to multiply these. So doing this is very simple to what we've been doing. We are going to use the distributive property, and then we're going to simplify just like we have in the past. So a little bit different when you multiply variables, okay? So let's think. So we have to distribute this 4r to everything. So he goes to here and to the 3. So 4r times 2r. So instead of in adding world, the r stays the same. In the multiplying world, it doesn't. It gets an exponent. Because when you are multiplying bases, you add exponents. Okay, so first let's do the 4 times 2, that's 8. Now, r to the 1 times r to the 1. And I put a 1 there because just like in all the math world, 1s can go everywhere. So r to the 1 power is still r, so that's why I could put the 1. But it just gives you a visual that you're adding those two. And that turns into r to the 2nd plus 4r times 3. Now here, you can multiply unlike terms. So we have 4 times 3, which is 12. And then we just keep an r. 3 doesn't have a variable for it to combine to. So that one's done. Now we have to do the 1. So the 1 goes to the first term, and the 1's going to the second term. But what's really easy is 1 times anything doesn't change. So 2r plus 3, because 1 times 3 is 3. That's pretty simple. All right, now it says simplify your answer. So we have to make sure there are no like terms in here. So we have 8r squared. Well, I go down the line, there's no other r squareds for it to combine to. Okay, so let's try 12r. So is there any other number that just has an r? And there is. There's that 2. And then the last one is just this 3. He has no one to combine with. So now let's just make sure we simplify our like terms like we've done last week. All right, 8r squared is by himself. He has no one to combine to. Plus, now we're going to use our addition rules of variables. But variable stays the same. 12 plus 2 is 14. And then plus 3. This doesn't change. So find the product. This is what you were looking at. When you multiply two binomials, which is a binomial, because bi means 2, and there's 2 terms, multiplying 2 binomials will get you a trinomial. All right, let's do another example. Find the product. So again, let's distribute this 3b here and to the negative 4. Just remember it's a negative. I draw arrows. It helps me remember that I'm doing all my terms. So 3b times b. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. And then b to the first power times b to the first power is b squared. Plus 3b times negative 4. So let's do the 3 times negative 4, which is negative 12. And then just b. He has no one else to combine to. 1 times b is b. And 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. All right, so we're going to combine our like terms again. Same process. 3b squared has no one to combine to. Now, negative 12b, if I'm going down the line, there is another b for him to combine. And then the last one is this number negative 4, who is by himself. All right, so let's go ahead and combine those terms. So 3b squared is just it. He has no one to combine with. Negative 12 plus b. So there is a number in front of this b, so it's actually negative 12 plus 1, which is negative 11. The b doesn't change because we're adding this time. And then you can do plus negative 4 or minus 4. It doesn't matter. Okay, now this one. This is actually a little bit tricky, and I put it in from your USA test preps. So we have this squared here. Whenever you see something like that, it just means it's going times itself. So actually you're doing this. So it makes sense. If you were doing 2 squared, that's 2 times 2. So x minus 4 squared is x minus 4 times x minus 4. All right, so let's go ahead and distribute that x to everything first. So we have x times x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Negative 4, then we go down here to distribute that one. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Again, this seems complicated, but if you draw arrows like step by step and just worry about one at a time, it gets better. All right, so now let's do some like terms. X squared, he has no one to combine with. Negative 4x and negative 4x, they can combine. And then our last one is the 16. If you can start seeing a trend here, the middle ones are always going to combine. So let's do this. X squared, and we have negative 4 plus negative 4, which is negative 8x, and then plus 16. So that would be your final answer. All right, last example that I'm going to do on this video, it says, which expression represents the area? So in the past, we've done perimeter, but area, this is when you multiply. Okay, so we are going to be multiplying. And you're multiplying this times this. Makes sense because we've been multiplying binomials all week. So let's go ahead and multiply. I am going to pick a darker color for the video. Sorry about that. So we have 2x plus 7 times 4x plus 5. Let's go ahead and distribute that 2 to everything. 2x times 4x is 8x squared, because we are multiplying, so the x can change. 2x times 5 is 10x. Now we have 7 times 4x and 7 times 5. So 7 times 4x is 28x. And then 7 times 5 is 35. All right, so I'm not going to do the colors this time because I think you know the two middle terms are the ones that are going to combine. We have 8x squared, 10x plus 28x. Again, we are adding this time, so the x isn't going to change. 10 plus 28 is 38, and plus 35. This would be your final answer.